If you've ever thought about dyeing a piece of clothing in your closet, this video is for you. And I'm coming to you with tons of experience and receipts. Every time I post a video or a picture about dyeing clothing, which is quite often, I've done it a lot, I get a lot of questions about what type of dye I use. So this is a video that you're gonna wanna save for later because this is all the dye I use and when I use it. If you're trying to dye a cotton or natural fiber, I'm going to suggest to you good old RIT dye because it's available everywhere, it's user-friendly, it's pre-mixed, it's great for beginners, and it has awesome results. If you're trying to dye a synthetic fabric, a light or a pastel color, I'm going to suggest RIT dye more. Again, because it's available everywhere, user-friendly, good for beginners. But the only problem is you won't really be able to get a deep dark color with this unless you're dyeing a mesh or a tulle. If you're trying to dye a synthetic a deep or dark color, the answer is Jacquard iDye Poly. This is not user-friendly. It takes a lot of trial and error and there is quite a learning curve, but this is how I got these colors on synthetic fabrics. Here's a bonus. If you're trying to dye a synthetic fabric red, don't. Rethink it. Trying to dye a synthetic fabric black? Don't. Rethink it. And when I explain why, it's going to make total sense. If you dye something purple and it turns out light purple, it's still purple. If you dye something blue and it turns out light blue, it's still blue. If you dye something red and it turns out light red, it's pink. If you dye something black and it turns out light black, it's gray. I'm not saying it's totally impossible, I'm just saying it will be challenging. And if you aren't already, please follow me for more upcycling, DIY, and sewing tips.